Greetings everyone, hello and welcome back once more to Techtonica, to this sponsored series. We're looking at, at Victor, our latest machine that we need to repair now. And boy, we need to repair it quite a bit with 500 iron ingots and 500 copper ingots. That is my main task. However, we have a bunch of new tasks as well. So let's quickly have a look at my journal here. And as we can see, there they are. And some of them are rather simple, like scan assembler fragments to begin the assembler tutorial. Some of them are a bit more complicated, like, for example, we need to build an unknown number of power floors to decipher the signal of AS 2013. This sounds a bit more ominous, so we also need to find out something about that. For that, we do also need a core composer, so it's all about power production from now on as well, that we can ramp up. First of all, let's have a look at these assembler plans, or scanning them, because I think over there's something glowing, right? There it is. And it might just be one of these assembler machines. And oh, there's also some copper over there. Very good. Because I'm definitely not going to run back and forth between the tunnel there to the original machine, right? To gather these ingots. Alright, that was one fragment. We need 3. There is another one. Very good. So we just need one more. And let's hope that... Oh, there's also something over there. That is a long inserter that we can then use for further scanning, and I think this is the second one. Very good. With that, we have the long inserter now in the database. That means we can research it in the tag tree. And over there, I can see another glowing machine. So let's just check it out as well.
Task inbound. Assembler. Power with electricity to produce items in multiplied quantities.
Very good. For this, we will need electricity.
Even though you can handcraft anything, assemblers will make 2 of them in the same time it takes your portable tool to make 1. And we can build 1,000 assemblers, but nobody could ever build another you.
That's right, so this would be our first mass machine then that we can build. Let's gather some more plant matter here, because there is also iron, and we're going to, of course, get started once again with the basic process of, getting me the iron ingots that we'll need. So 2 mining drills it is that we need, and then we also will need 2 smelters that are going to then, smelt us the iron ingots and the copper ingots. We could also have a look at my conveyor belts. We already have 200 in stock, so there was some of them in the chests, right? Let's get us a few more. We also have some inserters, and we're going to need all of this. Also, there's the core composer, automates placement and availability of research cores, requires electricity, and can only be supplied via inserter. So, for starters though, let's go ahead and get us the mining drill on the way. For that, we still need to get it into my... There it is, mining drill. Let's just make sure that we use it actually in my... hotkey, and there it is. Let's also make sure that we do actually have it looking towards the right direction. There it is, to get me also some of that material, or some of that conveyor belts out then. Let's actually put as much of that in, and with that we're already starting the process of mining it again. We can also go ahead and just have the smelter right here then somewhere close, and we might also just work it out then with some conveyor belts then already in the future. So as short as possible here. There you go. Looking fantastic. And then we're doing the same thing, of course, once more on the other side for the copper. And there's just a small swim in between. And we can take a shower as well. So there it is. And let's have a look. It's going to be hopefully a lot of copper. Can I see how much copper is in there? I think it's infinite by the look of it. And then we can once again place us a second machine here. And let's also go ahead and give this a lot of plant matter. With that, we start the processing of that as well. And last but not least, also once more, let's try and keep this one as close as possible. And as we can see, this can go in 2 directions, the input and output, right? So we can have both of it on one slot. There's some machines that only allow an input or only allow an output. This one though has a mixed one, so we can have both of them in at the same time. I will definitely need a bit more plant matter for now. Of course, the goal is to electrify this one. So this would be also my next task. And yeah, it's actually also a task in my journal that we can have a look at. So the game is really nicely, slowly introducing to the mechanics with the journal that you have. And we can just follow along and, yeah, build us something up. All right. Mining is operational. And I think this one also gets the 500. There you go. And then we get the copper. We have lots of copper actually in. Very good. Alright, well, the ingots are coming in from both sides. In the middle, we do have space. Well, there's water, of course, but I hope that we can build on top of that. We need to build power floors. So power floors kind of like can be electrified, and every machine that we build in them has then electricity as long as there's also a generator or a power supply on these power floors. So let's just have a look. And as we can see, there you go. We can build them on the water. That would be the goal here because that's the only flat terrain we have right now, and I don't want to waste too much time there with terraforming for the moment. And yeah, let's build that.
Task inbound. Power floor. Build to establish structural foundation and conduct electricity from crank generators.
There you go. Unfortunately, this was not enough yet for deciphering the signal.
S2013. Report to production terminal radio for triangulation.
Ah, I think there it is now. And I probably also want to have some over there. I love building floors because it gives you structure where before there was just some, you know, just some water and some dirt. We now have a proper floor to walk on. And this can then also be electrified. Hooray! Perfect, that's all the power flows that we have so far. Next up, what we would need to do here is as well, that is my goal, is to build one of these. That is actually an input for the research. It's much bigger than I thought it would be. The core composer, and we need to build one of these on a power floor and activate that as well with some generators. That would be another goal. Look at the size of this thing. This is for researching, right? So we can automate our researching with that. Let's not place it there yet. Let's have a look at the generators that we also need to build. And that would be probably in the electricity tab. We have something like that. All right, we need to research that first, obviously. Let's get back because there's a signal waiting for us. I would like to check this first because perhaps we get something out of it. These chests remain empty. This is the repairing.
Signal triangulated. New location added to HUD. Mind the voltage.
Okay. Ah, over there is a new signal now. Can we see it on the map too? Somewhere over there. Let's just get over there. Can I walk on that? Nah. Right. That would have been funky. Oh, it seems like we would need to drill our way through that. There's the signal and there is a wall now, and I think it's in between. Of course, let's go ahead and try this out. As we do have the proper machines for terraforming, and we can do this. Right, look at that.
Hey, a battery pack. Sorry, an accumulator substation. I'll try to go easier on the recon slang. It might help you guess at what those signal names are shortcodes for. Accumulators won't matter for a while, but get in the habit of scanning anything and everything you find in places like these. It can only help.
Right, so we can scan them or what? Yes, so batteries. We're probably going to need them. And look at that on what they're standing, on a power floor. Most likely, so the game is already giving us a few more power floors to begin with. That's great. Oh, I can actually inspect this. And this is my power network. And it seems like this is still working. This piece here. And the rest we can scan. One more. And there we have it now in the database. And I think the rest will give me, yeah, materials. Oh, that's a lot of materials we can get out of here. That's almost all of them. I think that's the last. And with that, we have all of them gone. And there's still the functional ones now in here, right? So they can actually then store electricity for us on this power floor. Also some chests, of course. As always, we can take it. More power floor. Perfect. So we don't need to construct it all ourselves. And in here...
If anyone else is still around, they wouldn't be here. These places were pretty much built and left alone.
A hover pack. Perfect. It seems like we can actually fly around.
This sector was a dream come true for hydroelectric power. It isn't surprising that we took accumulator construction seriously down here. I faintly remember power sources in other sectors that were even stronger, but they also tended to do things like explode, set things on fire, create giant clouds of poison. You get the drift. You can't go wrong with a good old-fashioned river.
Alright, so that's what the river is for. Oh! There's also some crank generators. Perfect. And a Mole's Build 2 upgrade for my terraforming tool. I think that's all. There's also a plant. Let's collect it. Very good. This is looking fine now. It's just a matter for me how we can then actually transport the energy over there. So we do have, as we can see now, the crank generator here. That is something we can actually unlock now. Poof, there it is. And then we have also more power floors that we can construct ourselves. There's the accumulator. And I think we just need to collect those floors then with the other floor now to make it all work out then. And there was also something else that I needed, right? There's the upgrade now, number 2, and the speed upgrade. And I think that's it for now, though, right? We got in the science, the mass collecting, core composer. I think we have one of them, that's fine. Automates placement and availability of research cores, so we don't need to place them or manually anymore, right? The game is doing it for us then. Then also we got the mass deconstruction. Let's actually enable this one also. Thank you very much. We're probably going to need this at some point.
Crank generator. Activate with manual or automated rotation to produce electricity.
Yes, that's the goal. And there we have also the power floors. Let's just see how we can do this. And there you go. Easy. And with that, we would have the power floor now. Going through that. Oh, this probably needs to change a bit. Let's get rid of that rock. There you go. And we should actually have the connection here now. That we can transport that electricity all the way to my already built power floor. And we can then walk on that. Oops, not on the blueprinted version though. Very good. We have connected the main power floor with the battery power floor. So I think in there we are going to have the electricity production somewhere along the line. We got the generators. I might also have them here. These are not for automated production though, I think. So we will still need to get plant matter over or something like that. We'll just see. Let's also make us a ladder. The game actually has provided that for us. Stairs. There you go. Let's see how we can do this. Is that something? No. That's the one. Perfect. Now we can actually also walk up there. Great stuff. And then let's go ahead and build us those crank generators. Activate the crank. There is now a power production of 150 kilowatt. And this charge remains for 4. Oh, I don't need to have any input here, it seems. So I just need to activate the crank again and again, right? And this is probably doing the trick then. So there we have 3 more. I need to have 5 at least. Alright, so we still need to build 2 more. Like, yes, we can build them now. And we got lots of resources for them. It's taking quite some time though. And then I can activate the crank. And this is also working now. And this is also working now. And the power usage is very low for the moment though. But as we can see, perfect. The accumulators are now charging up. And that means that we can now store power here. And then, yeah, transport it over there to my probably my research area. And it's also lightening up here, as we can see. So this is showing me that it's working. Very nice. This is actually very intuitive. And yeah, with that we can work. Do we have now? Yeah, 2 more I have. So let's go ahead and build one here. And then the other one here. Perfect. And now we can activate them.
Local signal deciphered. Ingress RH1979. Report to production terminal radio.
Oh, and we also have a new signal. I would rather now build my core composer. We do have that over here. Of course, it could also make sense to have it in here, but I mean, I don't know. We could also have it here, right? We still have enough power floor. I'm probably not going to build it there in the center, because in the center we might actually have then some production that is needing that. And here we also have lots of space, and we still have lots of these floors. So let's go ahead and build us a few more power floors here. Eventually, we are probably going to have the whole room filled with power floors anyway. That's just the way things are. Go ahead and have it like that. This is fine, and I think we should be able to place it here. Yeah, there you go. With the inputs then as well. Poof. And this is now working. It's electrified. And this is now a core composer, right? And here we can now compose then cores. Ow. I think we need to have the input for it. What does it cost here? Ingots and copper, and it's probably being produced in an assembler or something like that. Let's actually build some of ourselves here, and we can have a look at how the input works. So there's the compose, or there's the core. And I'm just going to take the core now, right, and build it here. No, this is definitely wrong. Get rid of it again. Alright, this doesn't seem to work. I think we need to have an input here. The game is most likely telling us about that. Look at my journal. It is way lower now than before. We got the assembler, of course, and this is probably where we can build those cores and then transport them over. But the assembler will need the input for core, for the ingots. Speaking about the ingots, we have them over there. So I might just have a look at them too. There's already 125 in here. Give it more copper. And here we also have then the output. I still haven't automated that yet. This would be one of my next tasks, of course. But there's also a signal, so the game gives you missions quite often. And we need to follow them, of course, because I'm really interested in the story. There it is. We don't have any ore anymore, so that's that. And here we can put it in. Perfect. Getting more ingots out. And let's have a look at that signal. Oh, by the way, here, we still should have some power floors, because I would like to make the connection there, so I don't need to walk over the water there all the time. This makes things easier now. And a stair here wouldn't hurt probably as well.
Signal triangulated. New location added to HUD. Exceptional dimensions.
New location? There it is. Alright, it's probably through that river here. Let's have a look. Oh, yeah, that's looking good. There's also some parts to scan again. And since we have scanned the assembler, we get materials out of that. Ooh, there's also a new structure over there. High voltage cable. And there's probably then the ability to transport energy without power floors, so we can transport them over a longer distance. Alright, it still seems we need to get somewhere in here. I mean, on the map I can see that there is a structure behind that, most likely. Alright, that's looking good. But we can't get in here. Or there's an entrance somewhere else. Looks like a bit of a puzzle here. And... a chasm, more structures. And a hidden lake. Very romantic. Some beds out there, alright. So there were several people here. Very mysterious. There's no way for me to get in right now. It seems like entrance offline repair is required to get in here. And this is also looking very interesting. Huge structure now in the depths of it. How we get in there? Well, I guess that's for you to find out if you're interested in this game. You might want to check it out on Steam right now. The link is also in the video description. And this is the end of the sponsored video series. I hope you enjoyed it for Techtonica. Definitely a very, very good game with lots of mysteries to unsolve and also some factory building. Cheers!